12th Standard, Chapter number 11, India Transformed, Part 1. In this chapter, the points are: first, globalization; second, transformation in various fields. Subpoints are rural development, urban development plans; third, means of communication; third point, economic issues; fourth, BRICS; fifth, science and technology; sixth, defense affairs; seventh, youth related policies; eighth, Right to Information Act 2005; 9, reorganization of state. Let's start. First, globalization. Globalization. India before 1990 and India after 1990 are much apart. It adopted liberal economic policies in 1990 and many things changed. During the time of Second World War, many countries had adopted the policy of imposing various duty and taxes on imported goods with a view to protect their home markets. It resulted in declining of trade. A meeting was called in Cuba to discuss this problem, which was attended by 56 nations. It was decided to establish a permanent organization to resolve the problem related to international trade. A legal agreement was signed in Geneva, Switzerland by 23 nations on 30th October 1947, which is known as GATT. This agreement was first multinational trade agreement. The full form of GATT is General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. Gave importance to economic development through production and trade, to treat the members countries as most favored nations. An annual meeting of the member countries of GATT used to be held at Geneva. It was attended by the representative of the member countries. Each country was entitled to one vote. Problems faced by individual nations regarding the difficulties in international trade were discussed in the meeting, and the decisions were based on these discussions. Later, GATT became a part of a more encompassing organization known as World Trade Organization, or WTO. WTO, or World Trade Organization. On 1st January 1995, 123 nations together founded an organization with the objective of opening the world for free trade. It was called World Trade Organization. It's a global trade organization, and India is a member of it. Arthur Dunkel, the Director General of WTO, prepared a draft which has been fundamental to the establishment of this organization. This draft is known as Dunkel Draft. The crux or important points of this draft give important on trade free from governmental customs duty and other restriction. This approach is known as liberalization. All participating countries agreed upon a set of rules and a premise common to all that would promote international trade. Initially, provisions were made in the sphere of grants, export, import, foreign investment, reserve sector, agriculture, technology, and service sectors. After becoming a member of this organization, India put a trust on economic progress. In this aspect, the contribution of the Prime Minister of India and Narasimha Rao, as well as Finance Minister Manmohan Singh, is very important. Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Manmohan Singh took ahead the policy of liberalization. The report published by this organization in 2006 had made a special mention of increasing economic growth rate of India. Growth in investment fall in the ratio of population below poverty line, fall in infant mortality rate, increasing availability of facilities for literacy, potable water and drainage system in India are also mentioned in this report. By adopting ways like simplifying import rules, modifying law regarding right on intellectual property, modifying patent laws, India entered the global economy. Let's study our second point of this chapter, transformation in various fields. First subpoint is rural development plans. Several plans for rural development have been implemented so that the rural sector should not get neglected and the balance between rural and urban development be maintained. The plans that are being implemented in the present are mostly augmentation or enhancement or enlarge of plans that were already operational. Sometime earlier plans were merged in new plans. To create employment opportunity for an ever increasing population is a major challenge for the government. Today we are going to study the measure taken by the government in this respect. To create job opportunities for educated youth, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry of the Government of India started a plan on 2nd October 1993. This plan was meant for creating opportunity for job and private enterprise. Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana and Rozgar Hami Yojana was started on the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Rozgar Hami Yojana was to assure daily wages to the unemployed agricultural laborers. There are days when employment of any kind is not available to agricultural laborers. Objectives Objectives of this plan was to provide wage earning opportunity who were in search of it. Initially, this plan was launched in 257 districts in India. A goal was set to provide work to young laborers in each family below poverty line. In 2001, this plan was merged in Gramin Rural Rozgar Yojana. In 1998, with a view to provide support to farmers in difficult times, Kisan Credit Card Plans was started. It was also intended to help farmers to avail funds for essential equipments and seeds for cultivation. Later, an insurance facility was also offered to farmers who were Kisan credit card holders. Next measure that taken by the government was Swarna Jayanti Gramin Swayam Rozgar Yojana. This plan was launched in 1999. The plan was started by merging various plans together, namely Ekatmik Gramin Vikas Yojana, self-employment training programs for rural youth, programs for rural women and children, distribution of modern equipment to rural artisans, Ganga Kalyan Yojana, a plan to dig 10 lakh wells, etc. In 2005 and 6, there were 12 lakh 7,000 beneficiaries of Swarna Jayanti Gramin Swayam Rozgar Yojana. Next plan that was launched, known as Jawahar Gram Samruddhi Yojana. In 1999, a new plan was implemented with an intention to provide adequate employment for the unemployed men and women. In 2001, it was merged in a plan known as Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana. Let's study in detail about Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana. As we know that this plan was launched by merging together Rozgar Ashvasan Yojana and Jawahar Gram Samruddhi Yojana. This plan made provision for creating opportunities in rural areas of earning wages, to provide food grains in exchange of work, etc. In 2004, the scheme of giving food grains in exchange of work was started in 150 districts in the country, which were economically most backward. Measures like water conservation, development of agricultural land were also given importance to overcome situation of famine. In 2006, this scheme was merged in Rashtra Gramin Rozgar Hami Yojana. Rashtriya Gramin Rozgar Hami Yojana. The Government of India launched the scheme on national level to eradicate economic disparity, poverty, starvation, and unemployment in rural India. Each family in rural areas was given assurance of at least 100 days' work. Till 2008, this scheme was started in about 350 districts of our country. Along with the nation's transformation, agricultural sector is also getting transformed. According to 2011 census, 54% of the total population in India is engaged in agriculture and agro-related sector. The Soil Health Card scheme aimed at increasing the soil fertility and agricultural production. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchan Yojana envisaged is for giving priorities to adequate water supply for agriculture and irrigation facilities on large scale. Krishi Vikas Yojana aimed at organic cultivation and increase in the farmer incomes. Pradhan Mantri Bima Yojana is implemented for the economic welfare of the farmer. More important or emphasis is given on fields like animal husbandry, dairy, fisheries, agricultural research and education. Focus on developing agriculture, cooperative establishment and farmer welfare are the three main themes of the development programs. In 2007, a national policy for farmers was adopted. Gradually, the result of all the programs implemented for the agricultural sector are becoming apparent. If there is a crop failure because of things like natural calamities, pesticide, epidemic, adverse climate, etc., the farmer get compensated through the insurance scheme Pradhan Mantri Peak Bima Yojana. Research institutes of agricultural science are supported through Indian Council for Agricultural Research ICAR. Agricultural exhibitions are organized with the objective of introducing the farmer to latest technology, new agricultural experiments and research. Indigenous seeds, breeds of cattle is given priorities. Research programs on goat were conducted on pan-Indian level. Goat keeping, Sheli Palan is encouraged as an occupation for enhancing the life standard of tribal people. It has largely become their principal source of livelihood. In rural areas, poultry farming of indigenous variety was encouraged. Thus, India is making significant progress in the field of animal husbandry, dairy and milk production, fisheries, livestock, poultry, meat and wool production. National Livestock Mission. Our country is leading in milk production. The National Livestock Mission was established in 2014-15 and since then there is rapid growth in the livestock sector. This mission provides for availability of fodder, loans, organizing the cattle keepers and resolving their difficulties. In 1919 to 20, the first livestock census was conducted. Since then, it is being done regularly. 2012 livestock census was 19th in the series. China ranked the first in fish production, while India ranked the second. Fishing had been or has been an important occupation in India, which is now supplemented with fish farming, pisciculture that control the breed of the fish. This sector is growing rapidly in our country. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. The government of India, knowing the importance of having roads in good condition in the interior areas, started Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana in 2000. Initially, the work of building roads began by linking the villages of population strength up to 1000. In 2001, this program was merged in Pradhan Mantri Gramodaya Yojana. The roads measuring about 75,000 km were completed till 2005. The purpose of this work was to extend the benefits of country's economic growth to people living in rural areas and to bring transformation in their lives. It aimed at providing amenities for good health, education, drinking water, dwelling, roads, and electricity. Next, urban development plans. First, Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission. This program was launched in 2005. The mission is for massive modernization of the cities through modification in road buildings, public transport, wastewater disposal and management system, and sewage disposal system, housing for the poor, etc. Next program related to the urban development was Golden Quadrilateral, which means Swarna Chatushkon Yojana, four-sided figure. In 1998, Government of India announced a program of creating national highway network to join the four mega cities Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. National Highways Authority of India is managing this project. This project aimed at tasks like developing two highways about 7,300 km in length, linking all the four quarters of the country to provide rapid transportation to important port cities in the country. The program progressed rapidly by completing 1/4 of the total length of the highway till 2008. Next, Metro Railway. The Delhi Metro Railway was flagged off in 2002. Metro Railway running above the underground has introduced a major change in the public transport system of metropolis of India. It facilitates speedy and smooth transit. Means of communication was also transformed. When talking about transformation in the field of communication. The first we have transformation in the field of postal department. In 1766, the British established the first post office in India. Thus, the Indian Postal Department is more than 250 years old. The Postal Department, which once only delivered letters, has undergone total reformation. It has entered in the field of banking. The Postal Department has introduced various schemes such as Postal Saving Account, Term Deposits, Public Provident Fund (PPF), Kisan Vikas Patra, Sukanya Samruddhi Account, and so on. To improve its services, in all 23,557 postal offices were brought under core banking solution till 2018. Automated teller machine ATM were installed at many branches. Mutual fund products of Unit Trust of India were made available to customers at postal offices. The Postal Department is also offering money transfer services to non-resident Indians. Speed Post. The service of Speed Post changed the very nature of Indian postal service. This service was started in 1986. Many people take advantage of this service to the tune of more than 3 crores of letters and parcels being delivered every month. The Postal Department sent a message of successful delivery on the mobile phone of the sender. The facility has made the speed post service more reliable. In addition, the Postal Department now offers courier service like delivery of passport, business parcel, COD cash on delivery, logistic post. What you mean by logistic post? Logistic posts are special network for carrying and delivering packages across the nation. It moves the shipment by road, rail, and air to ensure safe and timely delivery. And air freights, which mean the parcel carrying by aircraft. Earlier, if anybody wanted to post letter or gift article etc. on a large scale, the task like putting the letter in envelopes or packaging of the gifts article, the sender had to do them personally. Now the post office offer the packaging services at extra charge. This has increased the business of postal department. There are 1,55,000 post offices which are offering services like paying various bills, sending festive greetings card and similar objects. The postal department has started a very novel service since 2016 of delivering Gangesh water or Ganga Jal at personal addresses from Rishikesh and Gangotri. Along with it, facilities like buying personalized postage stamp with a personal photograph, buying newly issued postage stamp at Philatelic Center. Philatelic centers are center for the study of postage stamp and history. Special scheme for philatelists are available at post shop open at 80 post offices. The postal department is also concerned with the requirement of philatelists. Philately is a valued hobby at international level. Special limited issue of artistic postage stamp are published by the Postal Department in the year from April 2017 to March 2018. The Postal Department published 50 issues of postage stamp based on various themes. It includes the subjects like Meghalaya caves, rare Indian birds, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Indian cuisines, winning design of nests from a children's competition, heritage architectural wells, for example, Rani Ki Vav, hand fans, solar system, Indian headgear, centenary of the Champaran Satyagraha, etc. The postage stamp of the Ramayana were distributed in 40 countries through the Indian embassies.